Have we entered the questionable part of 14 days with you? Because I'm scared. I'm scared, y'all. I'm scared. And just when I began to think it was all in my head. Is that Teo? That's Teo. Sleepy. Hello? Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Sleepybug. If you are returning, I missed you, Sleepyhead, and if you are new here, it is so nice to meet you, cutie pie, and welcome to the hub of all things oh so cozy, oh so sleepy, and oh so sweet. So last time we were going through 14 days with you, we got to go on a very lovely trip to the beach with Rainy Poo, and we got to meet and have the day of our life with our lovely best friend Moth that we usually only see online. We had a relatively good time. Nothing bad happened except for the weird person we ran into. We had some Teo may or may not be dead, which he probably is dead, but it's okay. He might be just deceased. He's just taking a long nap until his next life. And we hope that Eleanor girl is still present with us too. So let's go ahead and piss off Ren. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's do it. So we didn't end up spending the night at Ren's house for day 4. This is when we end up going home. And we still get to see Moth. We're still going on our date with Moth, so. Now appropriately dressed and prepared to face the day, I barely took 2 steps out of my apartment before the muffled sounds of chatter captured my attention. Glancing towards the only functioning... I forgot our apartment's terrible. Glancing towards the only functioning elevator on the far side of the hallway, I noticed Violet and Ren in what seems to be an animated conversation. Though, it looks like my neighbor was the one doing most of the talking. Oh, hello, Sleepy. Good morning. Heading somewhere exciting today? I'm just on my way to the ferry terminal. Angel. I can practically see sparkly particle effects appear around Ren's face as he beams at me with a sunny smile. The next thing I know, he pivots away from Violet, beelines towards me, and invades my personal space by curiously leaning closer. Hi? Oh, wow. Isn't that an unlikely surprise? Oh, yeah. I actually bumped into Violet this morning while on my walk. We started talking about you and she mentioned wanting to see you. I did? Yeah. You also asked if I wanted to follow you upstairs to see if Sleepy was home. And, well, here we are. I love him. I see. I could have sworn I went upstairs to check. No, never mind. Violet seems somewhat confused at the legitimacy of Ren's words, but ultimately brushes it off with a shake of her head. Is everything all right with her? Oh wait, we gotta check. Teo. Oh, my king. My baby. Well, I should probably let you both be on your way then. Have fun, you two. And remember, no funny business, you two. I love her. Before either of us could muster a response, Violet swiftly turns on her heel and makes her way towards her apartment. A wave of concern washes over me as I notice how she ignores the potted plant by her door. Normally, yeah, that's weird. Normally, she'd give it a pet or even bring it inside on certain days, but Ren's timid voice pulls me away from my thoughts and captures my attention. So, you said something about visiting the ferry terminal earlier? Oh, right. I was on my way to meet my online friend, actually. Yeah, that sounds exciting. But is it really good practice to be meeting random strangers online? His concern is almost palpable, and it strikes a chord within me. And although Ren definitely had a valid point, Moth is no stranger. All 5 years of our friendship can attest to that. However, I did appreciate his concern nonetheless. In fact, it reminds me so much of Haruko and how he'd always look out for the safety of his friends. All of a sudden, a mischievous thought crosses my mind. Oh no, one that involves Moth and the real-life manifestation of Haruko. Oh god, oh god. Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna freak out if they ever saw Rin in the flesh. He's so cute. With such an ingenious plan now firmly hatched in my mind, I turned to him with a faux innocent glint in my eye. Ren. Renny Poo. My favorite pink-haired guy. Did you want to come along? You want me to join? Yeah, sure, of course. I even know the quickest route to the ferry. You can count on me. And that's how Ren and I find ourselves catching a ride to the promenade to meet Moth. My poor baby. Ren, you were coerced. You were tricked. You were bamboozled. Okay, so last time we told Ren to get in our stall. We'll be like, we'll let Ren use the stall. All yours, babe. At my words, Ren's cheeks immediately flush a deep red as he draws closer to me and almost trips over his own feet. You are all mine. Yeah, you are my boyfriend, aren't you? But I was actually talking about the stall, Ren. I mean, right. The stall, mine, or my turn in the stall. Me. It's almost endearing watching the way he puffs his cheeks and pouts at his fumble. Ren makes sure to keep direct eye contact with the ground instead of me as he passes by, but he turns around at the last minute and peers at me from behind the door. You were really talking about the stall, right? Actually, never mind. He's so cute. Before I can respond, Ren slams the door shut and hides his flushed expression from me. I can still hear you two, you know. Hi, Moth. Yeah, whatever. You guys better hurry up. I'm almost done here. I don't have the heart. Okay. I feel weirded out. Ask Ren to leave us alone. I couldn't shake off the feeling that something just wasn't right. While the text ultimately seemed harmless, and granted, I had barely any context to go off of, my instincts were telling me not to fall for it. Yes, Sleepy, follow those instincts for once in your life. When I let you. Just this once. With a resolute nod, I make my way towards the group and try to grab Ren's attention. Angel, sorry. Did you want to take more photos as well? Here, I'll move out the way. Actually, I was thinking of taking Moth back to the pier so I can finish up the rest of the tour. I wanted to return your phone first. Oh, right. Thanks. Here, let me grab my towel and we can all go back to the... So I was thinking maybe it could just be me and Moth? You and Moth? I'm splitting up the trio. This hurts. I'm splitting up the trio. I'm splitting up the chaos trio. I'm splitting up the chaos trio. Don't you want me to come along? Is there something wrong? Did I do something wrong? No, nothing is wrong. I just realized that having the real-life Haruko tagging along would be a bit too overwhelming for them. Once things settle down, maybe we can all meet up again? That was a bold-faced lie, but I hope Ren won't see through it. He does. Look! I love him! He's like, alright, bitch. You really don't want me... I see. Yeah. Sure. Okay. I guess I'll see you later then. You have my number anyway. I'll only be a text away. If only he knew. I hate having to do the sad anything with Ren. The moment we reach the main street, I immediately pick up on the lack of, well, noise. Aside from a lone cop car, there were hardly any other cars or people on the street, and most of the stores appeared to be closed. Weird. Was today a public holiday? I doubt it, considering I was initially supposed to work today. But before I can dwell on it any longer, I suddenly find myself being thrusted forward and onto the road by an unknown force, before Moth reaches out a hand to pull me back. Ooh. Hello, back up off Moth! Back up! I turn around to confront the offender, but I'm not able to get a good look at their face because of the mask and hoodie they're wearing. Despite that, they seem to exude something sinister with the way their shoulders hunch forward and their hands remain in their pocket. What you got in that pocket? What if... Yeah, that's... I played too many of these games. What if they're hiding a knife in there? Any semblance of retort dies on my tongue as I step back towards Moth. I can feel them reach for my arm, and with one more glance, I turn away and hurriedly pace down the street. What the hell was that? Sleepy. Hey, are you okay? What the hell is their problem? I mean, come on. How hard is it to look where you're going? That dude's a grade A loser. No, they're the S tier of losers. Moth's words of reassurance do little to comfort me, but I appreciate hearing them nonetheless. I just couldn't seem to shake off the eerie feeling or calm my rapid heartbeat after the sudden encounter. What if that was my stalker? The person who was... Maybe we should head back to your place. I guess peak hour is starting soon since everyone is such a hurry. Yeah, good idea. Admittedly, even after we made it back to my apartment, I still couldn't shake off the sense of fear still lingering inside me. I felt terrible for dismissing Moth's concern for the 19th time tonight. I don't know. And even more so when I shut down their request to watch the latest Attack on Giant episode together. I honestly couldn't get myself in the mood to do so, and whether or not Moth picked up on it, they chose not to say anything. Aww. Instead, they offered to head straight to bed so that they could wake up early and spend the morning with me before they had to leave. It made me smile to know that Moth still wanted to spend more time with me, so with the promise to do so, I helped prepare my couch for them to sleep on and made my way towards my bedroom. Ren. Perhaps out of habit, or was it fear, I triple-checked to make sure that my window was locked tight and that my bedroom door is shut completely. I'd already quadruple-checked that the front door was locked before I turned in for the night. With a satisfied hum, I crawl into bed and try to get comfortable. Though sleep proves to be difficult given the recent events, so I resort to counting the faint ticking of the clock to help me drift away to dreamland. 12, 13, 14. Soon enough, everything starts to fade, and I feel the cold embrace of sleep wash over me. Have we entered the questionable part of 14 days with you? Because I'm scared. I'm scared, y'all. I'm scared. All of a sudden, a blood-curdling scream rattles the wall and pulls me from my slumber. What the... was that? Moth? Crap. What was that? It better be a rat. It better be a rat. It better be a rat. My baby better be okay. Don't tell me it's that creep from earlier. Panic takes hold of my body, and I find myself frozen in place. The logical part of my brain tells me to reach for the phone, to check the cameras and look for any signs of danger, but I can't seem to move. My body runs cold as I sit in bed, and no matter how many times I reassure myself that the footsteps outside are just Moth, I can't seem to convince my brain otherwise. Crap, 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 crap. The faint glow of the hallway light seeps in from underneath my door, but it soon fades away the moment a shadowy figure appears. I somehow find the strength to turn away, Yet when I brace myself for the worst to happen, nothing comes. Instead, there's just an eerie silence and a sense of dread hanging in the air. I know I should probably scream, yell, throw something, anything that would make enough noise to alert my neighbors. You probably got violent too. Yet, I can't seem to get any of my limbs to move, no matter how hard I try. My body betrays me as it stays rooted in place, and all I can do is lay as still as a statue and hope that this is all some kind of messed up nightmare. What I would give to just wake up and see my friends again, to see Teo again, and even Ren. If he were here right now. Dang. Crap, if only I asked him to stay. Why did I turn him away? Not the gaslighting. Not the internalized gaslighting. That's so disrespectful. How y'all gonna make me gaslight myself? Why did I turn him away? All because of some stupid text message. Even more palpable silence passes, and just when I begin to think it was all in my head, is that Teo? That's Teo! My baby! Oh my god! Teo! I don't even like you! I can tell because I know how he got the, I know his body type. That's my type, nigga. That's my type. From the corner of my eye, I swear I can see some kind of ghastly apparition begin to form by the foot of my bed. My baby missing a leg and an arm. Damn, like his tattoos. Oh my god. Tinges of smoke seem to rise from the floor and wrap around my foot before it envelops me in a dark haze and renders me unable to move or make a sound. All I can hear is the loud thumps of my heartbeat before, in the blink of an eye, the otherworldly mass manifests closer to me, and it's then that I notice that the eerie sound spilling from the darkness. It's a macabre amalgamation of bones cracking, flesh bending in ways it shouldn't, unnerving crying, and the muffled pleas and shouts for help. I'm upset. Upon hearing that, a bloody, severed hand emerges from within the dark abyss and hovers above my face, and I let out a pitiful sob the moment a drop of blood lands on my cheek. The hand reaches for the blanket below my chin in an attempt to peel it back, and I muster all my strength to keep it cocooned around me. It was my last line of defense. This is what the sleep paralysis is like, and I wasn't about to have my final source of safety ripped away from me. Not wanting to look and see how the spectral form would respond, I squeezed my eyes shut and tried to bury my face in the pillow. But the eerie sound of water running and reeds rattling in the wind draw my attention, and I crack open an eye to see nothing. Before I can make sense of what I just witnessed, the world around me starts to go blurry. And even as I lose consciousness, I don't miss the faint shape of something large disappearing from the corner of my eye, along with the lingering smell of old paper, something muddy, and the foul stench of blood. Ren, Sleepy, why did you come back? I thought I asked you to... No, never mind. Did you want to see me again? Is that why you're here? Or are you thinking about me? Sleepy, Sleepy, Sleepy. Sleepy, I was thinking about you too. I can never seem to get you off my mind. I'm so scared. It's always so much fun watching you. You never fail to make everything seem brighter. And it's so cute when you think you're by yourself. Like I'm not right there, just out of reach. Would you like that? Don't worry, I'll always be with you. Do you want to be with me too? Is that why you're trying to meet me here? Keep it up, and I won't let you leave next time. I'm gonna do it one more time. Would you like that? Do you want to be with me here forever? Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Sleepy, sleepy. Sleepy, 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 sleepy. I was scared. I was scared, but he got me. He got me. I'm just kidding. I only wanted to tease you a little. Get your heart racing the same way you make mine. Please don't be scared of me. You know I'd never hurt you. But the thought of always having you by my side is so overwhelming. I ache to have you near. Did you know that? And now that I finally have you here again, maybe I could. No, I can't. Not yet. As much as I want to be with you here forever, there's still so much planned for the both of us. I can't see it, but I can feel it. I can tell something big is gonna happen soon. I can't wait to see what it is. And I can't wait to experience it with you too, Sleepy. Alright. I'm gonna send you back now. No jump scares this time. I promise, Sleepy. So be good. Do as I say. Okay? I love you, Sleepy. I love you so much. Until next time. It never gets easier. He's crazy. I went back a few days. I went back to day 3 and I made it really wishy-washy with Ren. Like in the morning, I didn't let him get in our bed. Like I've just been choosing not nice choices for my baby. The moment Moth and I reach the main street, I immediately pick up on the lack of, well, noise. Aside from the lone cop car, there are hardly any other cars or people on the street, and most of the stores appear to be closed. Weird. Was today a public holiday? I doubt it, considering I was initially supposed to work today. Suddenly, Moth comes to an abrupt stop in front of one of the only open stores on the street, a quaint little gift shop just opposite of the ice cream parlor. The storefront itself is warm and inviting, though the limited amount of space and the endless amount of clutter inside, it didn't seem to be designed to fit more than a few customers at a time. Oh, do you mind if I check this store out real quick? I want to get a few souvenirs for my family back home. Go for it. Thanks, I won't be long. That's not good. Leaving my friend to do their own thing, I step away from the gift shop and take a moment to absorb the weird eeriness of the scene before me. It made absolutely no sense for most of the buildings to be closed for the day, nor the fact that there were barely any people out on the street. Did it have something to do with what had been on the news? There have been a few murders happening recently, and to be fair, I probably should be more concerned about them, but this kind of macabre stuff, it's normally unheard of, especially in Corland Bay. This little seaside town has always prided itself on how safe and close-knit everything is, so all the talk about murders and killings, it didn't make any sense. It's almost like I carried the worst part of the city with me when I moved back. What a depressing thought. That is really sad. I was gonna say it, but I was like, let me finish. Shaking my head, I decide there's no point in dwelling over this. Not when I have more pressing matters to focus on. I'm supposed to be having fun with Moth today and... Without warning, A sturdy pair of hands clamp over my mouth and chest before I'm being dragged backwards. Panic surges through. Maybe it's one of our friends being silly, right? I'm manifesting that. Panic surged through me like electricity, and my heart races as I struggle against the grip tightening around me. Almost desperately, I try to fight back as I get pulled off the street and into the dark alleyway. A scream claws its way up my throat, but it dies on my tongue as the gloved hand holds my jaw closed and prevents any sound from coming out. How rude. What is happening? Without a second thought, I saved my gang because I'm scared. Yeah, we kicking legs. While my upper half may be restrained, my legs sure weren't. With all the force I can muster, I swing my right leg into the air before hurling it back into my assaulter's knee. A strained cry of pain comes from behind me before my entire world starts to spin. In less than a second, I'm slammed against a large dumpster and thrown to the ground. I thought I was thrown in the dumpster and I was like, that's rude. The sound of boxes crashing and glasses shattering are all I hear as I roll onto my side, only to feel something grab my ankle and drag me forwards. A shriek finally escapes me, and just as I try to kick my assaulter again, a flash of pink moves from above me. Was that? I watch in complete horror as Rin brandishes a broken glass bottle in one hand and jams it into the prisoner's rib over and over again, with each thrust becoming more ruthless than the last. The gruesome sounds of glass shards breaking, skin squelching, painful grunting, and blood dripping all blend together in this alleyway. Yet I can't find it in me to look away. All I can do is watch in silence as Ren repeatedly stabs my assaulter without a single hint of remorse. His usual soft eyes are void of any emotion, and he doesn't relent until they go limp in his hold and slump to the ground with an audible thump. Even then, Ren doesn't stop. He lifts his leg and starts to kick them. Ren, reel it in, baby. Finding some kind of sick pleasure in watching their body recoil and hit the wall with each heavy blow. My blood goes cold the moment the dull sound of bones cracking reaches my ears. But my rapid heartbeat drowns it all out. And when Ren turns to me, there's an almost predatory look in his eye. Keeps me rooted in place.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Ren, baby, I got questions. He's so cute. His breathing is labored and ragged. Yet, what intrigues me the most is the way the corner of his lips twitch into an almost sickeningly sweet smile.
Huh?
Sleepy. In an instant, he's forgoing his bloodied victim to reach for me. I can feel him cup my face with so much tenderness that it almost makes the moment feel romantic. But the rough texture of Ren's blood-soaked hands against my skin pulls me back to reality and sends a noticeable shiver down my spine as he checks my body for any sign of damage. When his eyes meet mine, I think last time we encouraged his dark behavior, but the only reason we encouraged his dark behavior is because, like, we were just being a little bit more, man. I'm scared. I'm scared. Baby, that was too much. It was a little too much. What? The actual... What was that, Ren? Are you alright? Did they hurt you? Completely ignoring my words, Ren continues to caress my face as he peers down at me. But the sickening feeling of someone else's blood against my skin makes my stomach churn. So I shove him off and stumble back. My eyes widen in horror, when I almost trip over the lifeless body lying on the floor. And it's then that I realize, oh child, I thought it was either, not Teo, I thought it was either Leon. I thought it was Leon or Jay, like joking. Ooh, I got scared. Crap, are they dead? This can't be real. Ren, you just killed someone. They tried to kill you, Sleepy. They had it coming. That doesn't mean you should have shanked them to I shouldn't be laughing, but that was funny. I shouldn't be laughing, but that was funny. I should have done worse. I mean, you're practically shaking like a leaf right now. See, his speech is altering again. Ah, my God. Okay. I should have done something worse. I mean, you're practically shaking like a leaf right now because of him. The piece of crap deserved it. We should leave him to rot here. But don't worry. You're safe now. I won't let anyone else hurt you. What? What? You didn't save me from anything. You just incriminated me. You're a murderer. Okay, no. He just saved our lives. The music stopped. That's never a good sign. Ren, I like all my limbs, and I also like being alive. I like all my limbs, and I also like being alive. Just remember that, please. A murderer. Is that what you really think of me? Besides, I'm doing this for you. It's only fair. It's a heart to his eyes. It's only fair. You've done the same for me. Back when we were a kid. What was we shaking? I think I'm gonna be sick. Here, sit down. I'll go and get you some. No, you've done enough. And don't touch me. Don't come near me. Angel. I said no. Sleepy. His little sneer was kind of cute. Hey, please be careful. You're gonna trip and hurt yourself if you keep. Why of all times was Ren trying to act all shy and timid now? What is wrong with him? Here, I could fix this. Don't worry, You can't just bring someone back to life after stabbing them and watching them bleed out and then kicking them against the wall several times. You can't stop the police from showing up at my doorstep. You can't. This was never supposed to happen. I left New Salivus to get away from all of this, and my head starts to throb the more I raise my voice. Are we the crazy one? You know, the unreliable narrator? Are we the unreliable narrator? Cutesai, you mind fucking me. He's insane. Everything about this situation is insane. My legs feel like jelly as I slowly step back from Ren's outstretched hands and the dead body lying on the floor. My back hits the wall, and I desperately clutch onto it in an attempt to steady myself. Unease settles within my chest as I watch Ren turn back towards the body and crouch down. And when he starts muttering something under his breath, a dizzying wave suddenly washes over me. Black clouds of smoke start to form and swirl around my feet in a mesmerizing pattern, before my entire being is covered in it and it becomes all I see. It causes my head to feel lighter, and when I think I'm finally free from all the nausea and panic, Ren's shadowed form reaches for me once more from within the fog and engulfs me. Leave me alone. Are you alright? Don't overwork yourself, Sleepy. I should apologize. I didn't mean for this to happen. I should have helped you out more. The choices you're making and the path you're going down, it's not what No, never mind. Look, you have to know. If I can't keep doing this for you, Sleepy, I can't keep preventing you from getting my bad end. You won't like what happens. You won't like it. It's not as kind as me, not as soft or lenient. It will sense your fear and feed off of it. Even if you give it a small dose, it won't. I'm a pause. Editor Sleepy, pause and look into that. See what we can see in that picture. See if we can see some stuff, you know? See? It's scary and it won't hold back. It deserves to rot in here with me. It deserves to die. It deserves to drown in its own filth and carnage, choke on the regrets until it's nothing left but a husk. That disgusting, abhorring deserves to, in the darkness void of any light or happiness. It doesn't deserve to be in the light. It doesn't deserve to bask in your radiance. It doesn't deserve to feel your warmth, or an eternity in damnation and solitude. For me to feel decrepit emotions, for making me think these thoughts or enact this. I scared you because of it. I should kill it. I want to kill it. I'm sorry. Did I scare you again? I can't help it. Being here for so long, everything takes a toll on you. It makes me feel this way, forces me to. I won't hurt you. Don't worry. I will protect you from it. It doesn't deserve you, but I do. 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 Do I? I love you, Sleepy. I love you. More than it ever could. More than anyone ever can. They won't do this for you. No one. Only me. Your light. Your light doesn't deserve to be tarnished by what happens in here. Sorry. Look. All I want is for you to stop trying to go down this path. It got longer. This is longer than what it was. If you really want to see me, you don't need to keep making the wrong choices. I'll always be watching you. I'll always be with you. And I'll always protect you. From the people who try to take you away from me. From the bad ends. From it. There's nothing that will keep me from you. But if you really want to continue meeting here like this, I won't stop you. I'll hold back the inevitable. But just know, there will come a time when I won't be able to bring you back to this place again. There's a limit to how often I can... No, never mind. I don't want you to worry. Alright, I'm gonna send you back again, okay? So promise me this time you'll listen to my warnings. I'll help you as much as I can next time, so don't concern yourself with meeting me here anymore. I'll find a way to meet you instead. I hope he's not talking about me. Real life, Sleepy. I already can, anyway. Have you figured it out yet? Promise me, Sleepy. Promise that you won't meet me here anymore. I'm gonna do it anyway. So last time we discouraged friends' behavior, so this time let's encourage it. It's fine. Thank you The initial shock still hasn't worn off yet, but at least I can feel my legs again. Ren still hasn't taken notice, but he gently moves towards the wall to lean against it, before he sinks down to the ground alongside me. I saw what happened after your friend left you alone. Don't blame this on my baby. I saw what happened after your friend left you alone. Are you alright? Is that person alright? Ren glances over his shoulder towards the body he'd practically maimed. They're not dead, thankfully, just unconscious forever. But if you're feeling fine, we should get out of here before the cops come. Shouldn't we tell them what happened? Isn't this a literal reportable offense? That's a good idea. But imagine all the trouble this would cause us. This might even jeopardize your job at the library too, and there's also your friend you need to consider. Right, Moth. I shouldn't stress them out with all of this. Traumatic experience or not, I still want their impression of Corland Bay to be a good one. You've got a point. Before I can get lost in my thoughts, the sleeves of Ren's cardigan come into view as he starts to wipe the blood from my face. There's a tender look in his eye, and I can't help but feel weak in the knees at the vulnerability of it all. Are we Delulu sleepy right now? We are Delulu sleepy. And you know what? Trauma is weird. Traumatic events, weird. In return, I reach out to smear some of the red on his cheek as well. Ren almost seems too keen at my touch. I unfortunately cannot match your freak in this one, Ren. I can't match your freak in this one, babe. But just as I bring my blood-stained fingers towards his mouth for him to taste, him to what? Him to who? Did I read that right? But just as I bring my blood-stained finger towards his mouth for him to taste, he cuts me off. Okay, I did read that right. I'm telling you, we are the problem. We are the problem. What if we're a serial killer? Like, why did we need to leave, Why did we need to leave the city? What happened? Where's our parents? Listen, child. And Ren is the victim. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Here. Why don't I clean up the scene a bit? Make it look like a mugging attempt gone wrong. Because that's what this was, right? Yeah. A mugging attempt. And you'll go back to the bench, wait for your friend, and pretend this never happened. Right? Sure. Yeah, okay. Trust me, everything will be fine. I'll make sure nothing criminal leads to us. All you gotta do is act like nothing is wrong. I know you can do that for me. Can't you, Sleepy? I kind of like when he talks like he from the streets. I want to know his street name. I guess that's what redacted is, but anyway. I can only offer him a meek nod. You're always so good for me. Ren, please. That is my trigger sentence. Don't say that. Don't say it. Pick something else. I need to pick a different struggle, and it ain't that one. Alright. So I went all the way back. Usually we ended up kicking the villain's leg, so let's not do anything. We are in what is it? Fight. We are in freeze. Fight, flight, and freeze. Doing something would ultimately make matters worse. So I purposefully remained still and let my assaulter drag me deeper into the alleyway. In the chaos, they end up knocking over a cardboard box filled with empty glasses as they tumble onto the floor with a loud clatter, before a large, gloved hand wraps itself around my neck and squeezes down on my windpipe. Their other hand moves along the exposed seams and pockets of my outfit, as if to look for something, and it's then that I realize what exactly is happening. Before I can react, a flash of pink moves from the corner of my eye. What's that? I watch in complete and utter horror as Ren shoves the person off of me, brandishes a broken glass bottle in one hand, and plunges it into their neck over and over and over again, with each thrust becoming more and more ruthless than the last. I'm scared. I'm scared. This is okay. In the end, Ren ended. It feels so weird to just go back and read normally after all that happened. In the end, Ren ended up accompanying Moth and me to his apartment. He talked about creating some kind of alibis as precaution, but I trusted him enough to take care of any loose ends. I've known this man for 5 days. No matter which way I look at it, this was just a robbery attempt that went sideways, plain and simple. The thought alone brings me some semblance of comfort, if not for the fact that it also meant I'd be down a stalker as well. If that was even my stalker in the first place. There was something about the assailant that felt different somehow. Like it wasn't the same person who broke into my apartment all those days ago. Before I can start making yet another mountain out of a molehill, Moth's carefree antics pull me out of my thoughts. Oh my god. What kind of entryway is this? And is that marble flooring? Dude, you can afford this much marble? I didn't buy it. It came with the apartment. And so did the rest of the furniture. Or most of it. That's a whole lot of marble. Yeah, I literally said the same thing. Wow, real believable, Sleepy. At least try to sound less spacey. Even Ren's doing a better job than me because he's used to this. Ren is like, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Baby, he's giving, is he actually the leader of a gang that is trying to bring justice to a small part of the town that got affected by the unfairness of the government and their weird experiments? Silas, I just need to suck it up and at least try to look happy, for Moth's sake. Right? Look at all of this. It's just marble. Jeez, I guess I skipped the episode where Haruko became a millionaire. Like I said, I'm not Haruko, I'm Ren. And are those Doochie slippers? His Doochie slippers! Since when could you afford those? These? They belong to Ren. He let me borrow them the first time I came here. Oh, are there any spare slippers for Moth too? And he bought those for you, baby. Daddy bought those for you. I'll have a look. You have more than one pair? Crap, sorry. I probably shouldn't be so loud, huh? You're fine. Ren doesn't have any neighbors, or at least he didn't until recently, I think. Sure sounds like you're really used to living here, huh? So when are you moving in? No, now that I think about it, the idea is rather tempting. Oh god, no. Oh god, no. Oh god, no. Sleepy, no. Oh god. Ren's already seems fine with the idea of being my boyfriend. Surely he'd enjoy being a roommate too. Baby girl, baby, what is you doing? But before I can get carried away with these fantasies, I remind myself why I'm purposely trying to distance myself from Ren in the first place. I didn't want him to get involved with my personal problems, nor did I want to give my stalker any more ammunition to use against me. In fact, I mean, look at all this space. If you won't live here, I will. How many rooms are there? How many kitchens does this place have? Is there a cinema room? Oh, what about here? Try and see if these fit you. Ren's voice cuts Moth off as he throws a pair of shoes onto the ground. Oh, they're a little tight around the toes, but comfy. That's too bad. I don't have any other sizes. You know, they look like they might fit me better. Actually, here, one swap. Moth's slippers definitely appear smaller than the pair I'm currently wearing, but they didn't look too uncomfortable. That much is evidence when we swap, and Moth seems to be feeling all the more better in the larger pair of slippers, if their wide appreciative smile is anything to go by. You don't mind? Not at all. Actually, maybe I do have another pair that'll fit you better, S. Here, I'll go and check again. It's cool, Ren, don't worry about it. They said y'all still gonna get y'all trio chaos. Even if there was a murder. As we make our way into the living room, Moth suggests ordering takeout so that we can eat while catching up on the recent episodes of Attack on Giant. It's almost comedic watching Ren and Moth huddle over a phone to look through the menu, and I merely end up letting a laugh slip through when they start bickering over the meal deals not actually being that good of a deal. Leaving the two of them to their own devices, I plop onto the couch with a sigh and absent-mindedly clutch one of the throw pillows. Odd. I swear I have the exact same cushion on my couch back at home. Did Ren and I always have the same taste in decor? Ren! My baby. And since when did Ren start decorating his apartment? Yeah, he doesn't decorate. Last I checked, everything in here came pre-furnished. Tacky decor and all. Before I can get too deep into my thoughts, Moth and Ren joined me on the couch once more to fill me in on what they ordered, and what they got for me as well. Moth seems all too happy to talk about the fried rice dish they ordered, before rambling about how most fast food joints never usually have it on stock, all while Ren gets his television set up for us. Next thing I know, we're almost 2 episodes deep until our food arrives. It takes another 3 more before we're all finished with our meals, and soon enough, Moth is relaxing on the floor with a bunch of pillows surrounding them, while Ren and I remain on the couch. Here we go, it's finally beach episode time! You guys have to see the outfit the animators put him in. It wasn't in the manga, but I still think it's cool. Wait, we should turn the lights off for maximum effect. Okay. Moth's voice fills the silence as they get up, flick off the light switch, and start to pump themselves up for the opening song. Yet my mind can't help but wander towards today's events. I still couldn't shake off the traumatic encounter from earlier, or the fact that I may potentially still have a stalker who won't leave me alone. Still, going to Ren's place was definitely a smart idea. There's an entire team of security personnel down in reception, and we need a specific key card to get past the first floor. Now knowing this, I wouldn't have to worry about Moth's safety as much, and for some reason, well, I don't know why, but I always feel a lot better whenever Ren is around. He did just off a man in an alleyway without hesitation for us, and then we tried to make him suck blood off our fingers. But you know, speaking of, I cast a sneaky glance in Ren's direction, only to find him sprawled out on the couch. He offered to share his blanket earlier, after I offered mine to Moth, and I couldn't help but notice how much of it he'd given to me. In fact, only half of his leg was covered. And with winter around the corner, I was worried he was too shy to admit that he was feeling cold. Without thinking, I lean over and gently drape a portion of the blanket across Ren's lap in an attempt to offer him some warmth. But as I do, my hand inadvertently brushes against the back of his, and it's then that I notice just how cold his skin feels. A surge of concern washes over me, and I have half the mind to reach out to grasp his hands in my own, but Ren's immediate reaction keeps me rooted in place. Almost unashamedly, his gaze shifts towards me before he sends me a curious look, and then he finally speaks, his voice barely above a whisper, almost getting drowned out by the noise coming from the TV. It's okay, Angel, you can have it. I'm not the one with frozen hands. What kind of woman would I be if I let my boyfriend's hands go cold? Not giving Ren any time to respond, I reach out and gently cup his freezing hands in my own. But your hands are cold too. You both have. Oh no! You know how there's the ships, the ship dynamics where there's someone whose hands are always warm and someone's whose are always cold. Theirs are just both cold. That's cute. Ren, shh. We both glance in Moth's direction for any sign of disruptions, but they seem far too engrossed in whatever is happening on the television to fully turn around. You're cold. I should have noticed earlier. Here, I'll go turn up the heater. No, it's okay. Here, why don't we what? Save our game so we don't have to experience anything traumatic again? Great. Perfect. Snuggle up together, ask to change the temperature, take the blanket back. Tell Rin that you're fine. They don't know what I'm gonna pick. Eleanor once told me it's more efficient to stay warm by sharing body heat. Why don't we sit a bit closer? Closer? Yeah, sure, okay. Seriously, Ren, quiet. Without missing a beat, I throw the blanket over our shoulders and scoot closer to Ren until my arms and thighs are brushed up against his. But Ren takes it a step further. Stop. But Ren takes it a step further by pulling my legs over his lap and resting one of his hands over my knee to prevent me from falling. And just as I dare to take a glance in his direction, Moth chooses, now of all times, to turn around to talk to us. Finally, we get to see Haruko! I doubt they realized what Ren and I are currently doing in the dark. In fact, Moth seems all too engrossed in the TV as Haruko's grand entrance flashes on the screen. Yet, I couldn't help but let my mind wander towards Ren. Being this close to him, I can practically feel the warmth radiate from his body. Yet, all I can focus on is the way his thumb rubs small circles on my knee, while his other hand plays with the loose material of my bottoms. Almost daringly, I sneak a glance in his direction, only to find him staring at me with a gentle expression in return. I thought you wanted to watch the Beach episode. I am. Let's see if he's that way. With a teasing smile, Ren points towards the television, though the look in his eyes practically challenges me to look away. Okay, here we go. We're going to the beach now. There, on the television in all its glory, is the iconic Giant's Grove we visited earlier today, and Moth can barely contain their excitement. Oh my god, look! There's the massive rock archway we saw. Dang! They really did take a whole lot of inspiration from Corland Bay. They're not shy with the way they languidly flop over onto the carpet and pull out one of the cushions with their chest to get more comfortable. But the moment is fleeting, as Haruko soon appear on the screen in a magical pink flurry. Almost instantly, Moth rolls onto their stomach instead, kicking their legs and practically melting over the side of Haruko in a swimsuit. His muscles, look! Oh, I yearn to lick the His muscles, look! I yearn to lick the crevices of his... Okay... Suppressing a laugh, I glance at Ren, who seems to be sporting a worried, yet just as flushed look on his features. And here I thought your fineness for Haruko was unmatched. Those are some big words coming from someone who's rocking the same hairstyle as him. What? What does that mean? Hey, what are you two whispering about over there? Yes, I changed my shirt. Mind your business. Mind your business. Deciding to see how far I can take things, I practically situate myself in Ren's lap. Without another word, and judging by his outburst, I know I don't need to turn around to see how red his cheeks are. Jeez, you can't seem to keep your hands off your boyfriend, huh? Though, if I had a partner who vaguely looks like Haruko, I'd probably be the same. Yeah, I'd be the exact same, actually. Well, whatever. You two can get all cozy over there, just try not to hit me with your feet. I can feel Ren's legs move up under me, almost as if he wanted to go through with Moth's threat before he ultimately reconsiders. Instead, he wraps his arms around my waist and nuzzles his head against the crook of my neck. Cutie. This This is just trying to keep warm, right? Is it working? I think you need to be closer. I don't think that's physically possible, Red. It is. It is. It was true. I was basically ensnared by his lanky limbs, with barely any room left to move around. With the ways Ren's arms were circled around my waist and how his thighs caged my own on either side, I could do very little except sit there and try and focus on the screen. Oh, when he wins. In the end, we all blazed through the latest episodes of Attack on Giant and even of MeTube theory videos before the events of the day slowly started to catch up to us. Moth was the first one to let out a yawn, and eventually the rest of us fell victim to it as well. I didn't want to leave the warmth of Ren's body, but the thought of a comfy bed with plenty of legroom was calling my name. Before I knew it, Ren was already showing us to our rooms with a bright smile on his face before he leaves Moth and I alone to decompress. As I step into my own room, I notice that it's just as gaudy and extravagant as the rest of the apartment, furnished with the most ornate decor and bold color choices I've ever seen. Ew. But just when I think it couldn't get any worse, I survey the rest of the room and come face to face with the most unfortunate revelation. It didn't come with its own bathroom. Oh no! Dang it! With a grumble, I step back into the dark hallway, borrow toothbrush and clothes in hand, and prepare myself for the inevitability. There we go. And prepare myself for the inevitability of getting lost in Ren's endless maze of an apartment. All of this for a single bathroom. I have no doubt that this place has at least 4 restrooms, but the chances of me finding one seems laughable. Stumbling around yet another corner, I come across Moth, hunched in front of a door with a frown on their face. Moth? Whoa. Sorry, were you looking for the restroom too? Nah, my room has a private ensuite. I'm actually looking for something else. A private what? Where's mine? How you go? Yeah, I'm the girlfriend. How dare you? I'm looking for Ren's cosplay room. His... Oh wait, hold on a sec. Are you snooping? Moth? Shh, and I'm not snooping. I'm just trying to find where he keeps all of his Attack on Giants merch. I'm sure a sneak peek won't hurt. I watch as Moth reaches for the door once more, only to be met with an audible click and a stiff handle. Oh, dang, locked. Well, what did you expect? Maybe he has a spare key somewhere? You're not seriously thinking about going through his stuff. And never mind that, this place doesn't use physical keys anyway. You have to use a key card to access everything. Ren explained it to me a while ago. That is so unfortunate. But also, we're gonna need that key card. So, does that mean you have one? I'm not going to snoop through his stuff. Snoop through his stuff. You won't? But what if I do? Moth. Sleepy. Come on. What if he is one of the lucky people who got Haruko's limited edition sword? You're seriously not interested? Even the slightest bit? Okay. So maybe I was a little tiny, minuscule bit curious, but that spark of interest didn't justify breaking into locked rooms without the other person's knowledge. And while it technically wouldn't be breaking in if I used my key card to unlock the door, Ren trusted me enough to give me one. Not Moth. Me. Y'all and y'all morals and stuff. We don't need them all the time. Sometimes you need to bypass the morals for survival. Look, instead of breaking in, why don't you go and ask Ren first? I'm sure he wouldn't mind giving you a full tour of his collection, if he even has one. You got a point. Man, why didn't I think about that?
Hi.
Oh, think about what? All of a sudden, Ren appears from behind one of the dark hallways and scares the living crap out of us. Whoa! Hey, Pookie Wookie! We were just... Moth wanted to look at your Haruko collection. What? Hey! My In that room? Why would I? Oh! Well, this is a bit embarrassing, but that room it's not finished yet. It's a mess. A mess? What was he talking about? Once it's more presentable, I'll be sure to invite you back and give you the full tour. Right. Sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about. The trio. I love the trio. The trio gives me life. I love the trio. The three of them together, they're cute. He truly is the real life embodiment of Haruko. And wait, didn't he have a line similar to that in the manga? Moth must have been on the same wavelength as me, since their mood immediately shifts from embarrassment to excitement before they shoot me a look as if to say, "You heard that too, right?" But before I can respond, Ren cuts me off with a timid laugh. Anyway, there something else you needed? S was looking for the bathroom earlier. She needed to pee so badly. Oh, but calling me out for wanting to see his Haruko collection was fine, huh? The bathroom? Of course. It's just down the hall, near the kitchen. Here, I can show you. Follow me. Leaving Moth to their own devices, I quickly catch up to Ren and follow him down the hallway. Pookie. Soon enough, the events of the day slowly catches up and leaves me feeling tired and drained. Man, today has been a lot, huh? But just as I settle into bed, I hear a faint knock coming from the door. Was it Ren? I let out a faint come in and wait for my visitor to emerge. To my surprise, it's Moth that appears from behind the door with a sheepish smile on their face. Hey, I didn't wake you, did I? Sorry. I just find it hard to fall asleep when everything is quiet. I'm used to my younger siblings bickering in the room next door or hearing someone playing video games downstairs. Do you mind if can I chill with you for a while? I promise I'll sleep in my own bed later. Without missing a beat, I lift the covers and pat the spot next to me, and with a relieved smile, Moth crawls into the bed and lets out a faint hum once they sink into the mattress. They seem content lying on their back, so I do the same and look up at the ceiling. The silence that follows is momentary, seeing as Moth soon speaks once more, only this time their voice is much softer than before. Thanks for today, S. No one's really gone out of their way to make me feel so included? Seen? I'm not really sure what word I'm trying to look for, but I really appreciate everything you've done. I mean, you of all people know that I don't have many friends. I have trouble talking to people. But I'm glad I could get along with you and Ren this easily. Oh yeah? You didn't seem to have any trouble talking with Ren. It's his Haruko face. Probably because his personality reminds me so much of Haruko. Though, I didn't think the whole white academia fashion would suit him, but weirdly enough, it kinda does. Honestly, it's like Ren walks straight out of my dreams or something. I mean, he's practically a walking amalgamation of all of my recent interests. Ren. Must be all the manifesting you've been doing in our DMs. Facts. Oh, please. Manifesting? I think you're the one who's been doing that. I mean, you always ask for Haruko to be real, and look what happened. True. But I distinctly recall asking for him to be my husband as well. I guess whoever was listening missed that part. Manifest harder. Be specific. You gotta be specific. Moth can't seem to contain their laughter at my words, and they end up clamping a hand over their mouths to silence their sounds, lest they wake up Ren. The corner of their eyes crinkle as they turn to look at me with a smile, and I find myself mirroring their expression. This is so cute. Good night, Sleepy. Thanks for today. Night, Moth. At that, they roll onto their back once more and pull the covers up to their chin. The silence returns once more, and I'm left to stew with my own thoughts. Today has honestly been a lot of fun. Plus, it was nice to know that Moth enjoyed themselves this much. Didn't we kill somebody? Or we saw Red murk somebody? I have no doubt that I'll be sad once they leave for the city tomorrow, but I didn't want to ruin this moment with my sappy feelings. With one last smile, I turn on my side and slowly drift off to sleep. Yay! Okay, so this time let's answer Moth's question. I'm just curious. S and I were talking about Haruko's new outfit. Oh, without me? Without another word, Moth gets up from the floor, pillows and all, and joins Ren and me on the couch. I barely catch a glimpse of Ren's pouty expression before Moth throws their blanket over my lap and huddles closer to me. Wait, I gotta show y'all this really cool fan art someone made. It's based on episode 20. Oh. Okay, so I went through the days, and this time I I was hanging with Ren, but I didn't really hang with Ren, so let's go through the discourage one more time just to see if anything has changed. What was that, Ren? Are you alright? Did they hurt you? Completely ignoring my words, Ren continues to caress my face as he peers down at me, but the sickening feeling of having someone else's blood against my skin makes my stomach churn, so I shove him off and stumble back. My eyes widen in horror when I almost trip over the lifeless body lying on the floor, and it is then that I realize. Are they dead? This can't be real. Ren, you just killed someone. Why? Of all times when Ren was trying to act all shy and timid now, what is wrong with him? Here, I could fix this. Don't worry, You can't just bring someone back to life after stabbing them and watching them bleed out. You can't stop the police from showing up at my doorstep. You can't... This was never supposed to happen. I left New Salvas to get away from all of this, and my head starts to throb the more I raise my voice. He's insane. Everything about this situation is insane. My legs feel like jelly as I slowly back away from Ren's outstretched hands and the dead body lying on the floor. My back hits the wall and I desperately clutch onto it in an attempt to steady myself. Unease settles within my chest as I watch Ren turn back towards the body and crouch down. And when he starts muttering something under his breath, a dizzying wave washes over me. Black clouds of smoke start to form and swirl around my feet in a mesmerizing pattern before my entire being is covered in it, and it becomes all I see. It causes my head to feel lighter, and just when I think I'm finally free from all the nausea and panic, Ren's shadowed form reaches for me once more from within the fog and engulfs me. Hello?
How interesting. A lowly, meager interloper attempting to rewrite what has already been ordained since the beginning. You remember nothing of your past, nor how you came to be. Yet, here you are, attempting to dig up the roots of fate as though it were a weed, and planting your own corrupt seedling in its place. Perhaps we are the same. I too find enjoyment in disrupting the kings of Vismet and watching him struggle. 'Twas I who gave him this gift, as I did with others, and yet he wastes such spoils on a lowly mortal to borrow more time. I suppose the life of many matters, not to the life of one. No matter. Such trivial entertainment is not lost on me. Go on. Continue down this foolish, overgrown path, and see what will happen. 'Tis not thy wilting soul I feed on, and it shall be thy life I claim once the ending has begun. After all, I am the end, just as I am the beginning. The past, present, and future combined into one. I am inevitable. You did not come here for the tales of old, did you? You are here, seeking him. Very well. I shall return him unto you once more, though such leniency will not be seen henceforth. Do not come here again. You do not belong here. Not until you remember that, of which you have forgotten. Did we summon a demon on accident?
Ooh. Okay. Randy's starting to show us his crazy a little bit. It's, you know, we dealt with worse though. Like his crazy was to protect us. So like, I'm not mad about it. I wasn't mad about it. But the crazy was there. It was there. We were the crazy one. There's gonna be a lot of twists and turns in this, and I can tell, especially because of the way that when we started putting our fingers in his mouth because they were covered in someone's blood, that made like the flags go up. Like, what if he's not actually? He's our victim. He's our victim. And then who was God at the end? Who was at the end? There's so many questions. But as the story starts to unfold, I'm so excited. There's so much that's going to be like you can tell there's a lot that's going to be put in this game, especially with the, when you go to the map and you go to everybody's location and then their statuses, and then Teo was deleted. Oh God, Pookie, I hated you, but it was a love hate. Like, I hated him, but like, it was just like because he was annoying, not because I wanted him off. But it was really interesting to see that you can have your camera, like you can see your cameras now. So, or not now, it's a whip, but that's going to be something you can see. And I think that's really interesting. So what is that? We have, that means we'll have 9 days left. We have 9 days left for the story to unfold. And I'm assuming there might do the thing where some days might skip sometimes, but regardless, this was good. This is so good. The amount of, I liked the CG that we got with, I like the CGs we got this time. I really enjoyed the crazy art. We got crazy Rin. Oh my God. It was good. I'm scared about what's going to happen, truly and honestly, because I think we're the crazy person. Or we're the common denominator. We're the common denominator. Willing or unwilling, we don't know. We might have made a pact with the demon when we were little. We'll see. We're going to have to learn that our consequences have actions. I said that wrong. We're going to figure out our actions have consequences. Oh my God. I'm still on the demon at the end, but it's fine. And I'm still on us licking his fingers. But as always, I do play the spicy scenes on my Patreon. And I can let you know that as time goes on, as we, you know, in the warning, they say that as the days keep going, it gets darker and darker. You can tell from the spicy scenes. You can tell because he gets his little soft boy facade. It's starting to melt away. You can tell in his language. You can tell in his the way he just carries himself in the standing CGs that we get. Like you can tell those spicy scenes are spicy though. Day 5 spice. Thank you, cutesai. I really appreciate that one. It really, like, that was art. knows art. So as always, thank you so much for spending time with me. I love seeing your face. I love having you here. I love being oh so sleepy and oh so cozy. And remember that day by day, moment by moment, we are blossoming like a flower of lavender, calm, cool, and collected. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. I'm so happy to be back. I missed everyone.